Hello there, and welcome to the Outside Views weekly report on Welsh politics. The Deputy Minister for Social Partnership, Hannah Blythen, has announced a group of experts will work together to advise Welsh Government on actions to ban conversion practices in Wales for all LGBT+ people. It fulfills a commitment from the Minister to form a working group which brings together representatives from faith communities, the health and social care sector, and children and young people's representatives, alongside LGBTQ+ people to advise on key elements of the work. Members include Jane Ozanne, who underwent nearly 20 years of conversion practices, which resulted in her being hospitalized twice. Now she works to ensure full inclusion of all LGBTQ+ people, particularly LGBTQ+ people of faith, and is the founder and chair of the UK's Ban Conversion Therapy Coalition, which is campaigning for a full ban on the practice. With a firm ambition to make Wales the most LGBTQ+ friendly nation in Europe, the Welsh Government and NHS Wales signed up to a Memorandum of Understanding with the Coalition Against Conversion Therapy in 2022. Organizations who sign the memorandum and work in the provision of mental or psychological health delivery or commissioning, such as the NHS, will commit to ensure they do not commission or provide conversion therapy in Wales. Another member of the new expert group is Ian Green, who has more than 25 years' experience of high-profile leadership roles. The UK government must urgently provide a stable long-term strategy to tackle the urgent economic challenges facing Wales and the UK. That's what Economy Minister Vaughan Gething said. The minister made the call ahead of the first UK Interministerial Group for Business and Industry meeting of 2023, which will bring together ministers and senior officials from the Welsh Government, the UK Government, Scottish Government and Northern Irish Executive. Following the meeting, the minister will update the Senate later. Or he just did that. The Welsh Government is working constantly to prioritise the long-term action needed to create better jobs in stronger businesses, narrow the skills divide and tackle poverty. The Minister for the Economy will call for a strong focus on sustainable growth that unlocks opportunities for Wales and ends an era of damaging economic centralism. In the coming months, the Economy Minister will launch several initiatives to continue supporting the Welsh economy, and this includes a new net zero skills action plan setting out how Welsh Government will work with businesses and workers to embrace the skills that will drive a low-carbon economy. And it includes a new innovation strategy with clear missions from better health outcomes to stronger business, designed to win more investment in a more innovative Wales. And it includes a new green business loan scheme providing low-cost loans with consultancy support to help businesses lower their energy costs for good. And it includes a refreshed manufacturing action plan setting out their ambitions for a Welsh manufacturing sector with a truly global reach that supports good jobs in local communities. The minister also highlighted the progress made in engaging in partnership with the UK government on free ports and the future of borders policy. However, there are significant challenges and concerns in urgent areas which require action from the UK government, such as carbon emissions trading, the semiconductor cluster, and the UK Shared Prosperity Fund. Wales will be introducing a deposit return scheme by 2025. That's what Climate Change Minister Julie James confirmed. The new initiative will see them pay a small deposit when they buy a drink in a single-use container, which they get back when they return the bottle or can. Wales is working with England and Northern Ireland to set up a joint scheme, meaning that people can buy a drink in Bury and return it in Bristol or Belfast. We have this in Germany for ages already. Scotland is setting up its own scheme, which starts later this year. The announcement follows legislation to ban a number of single-use plastics. Every year, UK consumers go through an estimated 14 billion plastic drinks bottles and 9 billion drinks cans, many of which are littered or condemned to landfill. International examples show deposit return schemes can successfully improve recycling, with rates above 90% in Germany, Finland, and Norway. Through the financial incentive provided to consumers to return their single-use drink containers, it is estimated that after 3 years of the scheme, 85% fewer drink containers will be discarded as litter, with a target to collect over 90% of returnable drinks containers once the scheme is up and running. The materials captured in the deposit return scheme in Wales will be drinks containers made from polyethylene, terephthalate plastic, or PET, it's easier, steel, glass, and aluminum. A project to help Welsh mothers in prison maintain positive relationships with their children has had further funding confirmed. Mick Antonith, Counsel General and Minister for the Constitution, and Jane Hutt, Minister for Social Justice, visited HMP Eastwood Park in Gloucestershire to speak to frontline staff and people involved in the Visiting Mum service. Visiting Mum, delivered by PACT, that's a Prison Advice and Care Trust, runs from HMP Style in Cheshire as well as HMP Eastwood Park in Gloucestershire, the two most common locations for women in Wales being sent to prison. The service is designed to provide benefits for both mothers and their children. As there are no prisons for women in Wales, women serve custodial sentences in England, often at a considerable distance from their homes and families. Visiting Mum helps strengthen family ties by facilitating closer contact between mothers and children. Around half of women in prison are mothers, and the service identifies women who are at risk of losing contact with their children and offers specialist support. It then arranges visits, offers parenting and relationship programs, offers transport to children, and provides wraparound care for children after their visit. An evaluation of the project found it was improving well-being among mothers and reducing the risk of self-harm, while also improving long-term outcomes for their children. Between June 2021 and August 2022, Visiting Mum supported 68 families. The project is joint funded by the Welsh Government and HM Prison and Probation Service, who are both contributing £90,000 in 23 and 24 to ensure the scheme can continue. The Welsh Government will increase student maintenance support by 9.4% for the 23 to 24 academic year, subject to regulations being made. The average full-time Welsh student can claim £10,710 in maintenance grants and loans, which will rise to £11,720 thanks to this increase. This will apply to full-time and part-time higher education students from Wales who began a course on or after August 1st in 2018. Living cost support is rising in line with the national living wage, which is unique to Wales. In contrast, the UK government has announced a 2.8% increase for students ordinarily resident in England. The Welsh Government continues to provide the most progressive student finance system in the UK. Welsh undergraduate students have less to repay on average than their English peers, as they can access their generous living cost package of grants and loans. The highest level of grant support is given to those students most in need. A substantial part-time student support package is available, giving students from all backgrounds the chance to study part-time. Almost 400 more nurse training places will be created in Wales thanks to an 8% increase in the NHS Wales training budget. That's what Health Minister Eluned Morgan announced. The Welsh Government has approved Health Education and Improvement Wales' ambitious education and training plan for 23 and 24 for NHS Wales. Backed by a record £281 million investment package. This is the 9th consecutive year that health professional education and training budgets will have increased in Wales. The plan will support 527 extra training places for a wide range of NHS professionals, from scientists and pharmacists to occupational therapists and physiotherapists, as well as nurses. Education Minister Jeremy Miles has announced funding for university mental health and well-being services. The funding will help address cost of living crisis facing learners and students of all ages. It will improve and promote money advice services in higher education, including for those moving from college or school to higher education. It will also help support students facing financial pressure by extending hardship funding. And this concludes this week's video on Welsh politics. I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.